So obviously Diddy is facing a lot of legal trouble right now. And now even more is on the horizon for him. A lawyer from Texas named Tony Busby stated that a number of Diddy's 120 new accusers are minors at the time of the alleged assaults, with the youngest being 9 years old.
Holy F.
So yeah, we've got 120 new allegations coming toward Diddy now, not in a class action lawsuit, but all being filed individually by the same law firm that this attorney Tony Busby is at in Texas. Now that these accusations have come out and he's done a press conference, one of Diddy's attorneys, Erica Wolf, has told TMZ as follows: as Mr. Combs' legal team has emphasized, he cannot address every meritless allegation in what has become a reckless media circus. That said, Mr. Combs emphatically and categorically denies as false and defamatory any claim that he sexually abused anyone, including minors. He looks forward to proving his innocence and vindicating himself in court, where the truth will be established based on evidence, not speculation.
I do want to point out that if you're an evil person doing evil things, the last thing you ever want to do is go to the Met Gala. Otherwise, there's going to be at least one photo of you looking like a weird supervillain.
Actually, so true.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Hunger Game style.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little PR tip from us here at Pop Culture Crisis.
If you're an evil bastard, don't go to the Met Gala. There will be photos that make...
Or if you're evil, just be one of those boring guys that wears a tuxedo.
It's like those pictures of Klaus Schwab wearing like the all black... It's like you were born to look like an evil supervillain.
If you're Hillary Clinton, try not to dress like Kim Jong-un.
Yes.
It helps. So this says from TMZ, Diddy is about to be hit with lawsuits for sexual assault and abuse, and a Houston-based law firm representing 120 accusers is telling their stories for the first time, including allegations that Diddy essayed a 9-year-old boy. The attorney, Tony Busby, says a wave of lawsuits will be filed against Diddy in the next 30 days, including from an accuser who claims he was only 9 years old when Diddy and other associates sexually abused him at the Bad Boy Records studio in New York City.
So that could be, now that person could be any age now, because what he says is that the time frame on all of these allegations go all the way back to 1991.
1991 until even some allegations in 2024.
Yep.
Oh, dang, I didn't know it was like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So
he's toast.
he claims that Diddy lured the 9-year-old at the time to an audition with the promise of a record deal and then abused him at the Bad Boy Records studio. In addition, Busby claims that his law firm will be filing suit on behalf of other accusers who claim they were minors when Diddy abused them. You said, I think it was 25 out of the 120.
Yep.
Which it could even be a growing list now that this is getting more press, including another one who says that Diddy forced them to perform oral sex. Busby says another accuser was 15 years old when they were flown out to New York City to attend a party where they were drugged and taken into a private room with Diddy where he allegedly R-worded her before others took turns.
Where were the parents, like, when this stuff was happening? Like, did they come back? Like, why were charges not filed right away, right? Like, I guess it's like what they always say. When something like this happens with a celebrity who's larger than life, it has to kind of be like a dam breaking where so many allegations come out that people... And again, people are going to be skeptical of that, too, because a lot of people will assume that
It's
at least a few of them, that some of these people are trying to get money. You know, they're just jumping on a very, very easy hate train to try and get you to feel sympathy for them so that they can cash a check. But the problem is most people aren't going to give dude benefit of the doubt now. No way.
Right. I mean,
not after the Cassie video, not after everything that's come out.
And I know that after the Me Too movement, people are understandably skeptical of the media's intentions, of the intentions for accusers, the intentions for the attorneys who represent them, for the journalists, everybody. And I totally understand that. That's totally reasonable. However, just by, I don't know, would this be inductive reasoning rather than deductive reasoning? It seems like with this huge of a wave of allegations against one person who, you know, clearly was very powerful,
One of the
And
things.
it's
Would
gonna-
it not follow
yeah.
that at least some of them are real?
Well, I mean, that's the where there's
Yes.
smoke, there's fire argument. That some
That
people,
seems to make sense to me.
I mean, some people will make the argument that that becomes a tipping point where it's like if enough false allegations come through, then everyone's going to be found guilty. But
Sure.
but the point here is like they also said that people took turns. Who are these other people? Names need to be named for them as well.
That's exactly what the attorney says is coming in the next 30 days. So this says that a big-time attorney who has sued a bunch of celebrities, including Travis Scott and Chris Brown, he claims that his clients were R-worded, essayed, and exploited by Diddy and his associates. And he says they were typically forced to consume a drink that was laced with xylazine or trank, a horse tranquilizer. Busby's law firm announced on Friday that they were representing more than 50 alleged victims who came forward with gut-wrenching stories about what went down at freak-off parties. He described the mind-boggling allegations as debauchery and depravity exacted by powerful people, and now he says there are 120 accusers who will be filing individual lawsuits against Diddy and others. He strongly hinted other celebrities would be named in these lawsuits.
Yep.
And he said he would be suing anyone who was involved or knew about the abuse and refused to put an end to it. He said the alleged abuse happened in well-known venues and hotels, as well as private residences in Los Angeles and New York. And he said the lawsuits will include, quote, names that will shock you. So there are other celebrities who are going to be roped into all of this, presumably, if this attorney is serious about what he's doing.
Yeah.
But I saw Elon saw this headline too, and he responded to it on Twitter. He said, how many people in music and entertainment knew about this?
Yeah.
I don't think we're ready for the answer.
Nope.
Like, I don't think anyone's ready for the answer to that question.
In 2009, they did the Mad TV skit about Hannah Montana going to a Diddy party and being
Really?
filmed on a phone. Yeah, so 2009.
I never saw that.
They knew.
Also, there's a documentary coming out about Chris Brown from the people who made Quiet on Set.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, this says the network behind Quiet on Set Investigation Discovery is set to release a documentary on Chris Brown's history of domestic violence. The documentary will include a new accuser coming forward with allegations against Chris Brown. So this is kind of a cottage industry, if you will.
Yeah, like we were going to cover this the other day and just decided to wait. It's like there's this weird subset of Hollywood where it's like you get to make money doing awful things, and then you get to make money talking about the people who did the awful things, right? Because it's all for profit, which is we talked recently about who was it that just released the documentary as well? Demi Lovato?
Yeah, Demi Lovato released
Yeah.
the Child Star documentary on Hulu that was ironically produced by Disney, the organization that, put her on the Child Star conveyor belt in the
Yep.
first place.
Diddy is also
Controlled
going,
opposition, maybe?
Diddy is also going after his third attempt at getting bail
Not
right
gonna happen.
now.
No
He
way.
promises
No way.
to ban women from his home if they
Dude, half your accusers at this point are male.
Yeah, all young boys. What is-
Like, how is this supposed to be reassuring?
So this is what it says. It says Diddy is currently being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, while he awaits trial. The filing from his new legal team members, Anthony Rico and Alexandra Shapiro, states that Diddy has agreed to a ban on women visiting his home, that he will undergo weekly drug testing, and that he will not meet with anyone who could be considered a witness or a co-conspirator. I don't think they're going to give that to you. It says the only women allowed into his home would be his mother and the mother of his children. I don't think he's getting it. Remember, he tried to say he's like he offered $50 million, and they
Really?
turned him down. Yeah,
Was it that much?
$50 million bond.
Well, okay. I mean, I don't think that he should get bail. I think that they're trying to stop him from intimidating people, silencing people, continuing to abuse anybody.
Oh, and it is true. So
Bribing. They're trying to prevent him from bribing
a
people,
lawyer named Rico is ironic.
isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And that Elon question, how many people in entertainment knew about
I mean,
this?
how many people knew
It's
about
like-
Harvey Weinstein? How many
Yep.
people knew about Epstein?
Like all of them?
Yeah.
Like literally all of them, Elon. Kevin Sorbo also tweeted, I didn't get blacklisted from Hollywood. I left because they're all pedos. So if we're to take his word for it as someone who was, inside that insular community, maybe a lot more people are implicated or at least were complicit than the public is aware.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.